believe you're getting so worked up about some guy.
Women. What could you say? Friends.
Without.
Benefits.
I'm a girl.
I'm the dude, man.
I'm 100% that big.
Hey there. Welcome to what?
I thought you just shocked me.
Oh, by saying hey there?
Yeah, because you usually don't say that.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to episode 27 of Friends Without Benefits.
There we go.
I'm Trevor.
Yes.
And that's Ashley.
Continue.
That's
Keep
it. That's
going.
it. And
Okay.
then it's usually my turn.
Right. Yeah. No.
And then the person that holds up the cue cards, and then he turns the cue card, and then I read what it says.
right.
next.
Yeah. Because this is it's a scripted show,
Yeah.
as you can tell.
Yeah, that's very obvious.
Episode 27.
27, it's my golden episode.
Because you're
Because
27.
I'm 27. And I never... okay, well, I guess I did have a golden birthday, but I was 6. I didn't even know they were a thing.
Yeah. I was 20 and I didn't know
no
it
one
was a
told
thing.
me, which is absolutely rude. Your birthday's not on the 20th?
Oh, I don't know when my birthday is? Interesting. It is.
That's a good point.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't know golden birthdays were a thing. You know.
And, like, do you do something special, or is it just a time to be like, hey, it's your golden birthday? I think you should. And then when I was thinking about this yesterday because it was one of my friend's golden birthdays, and she's 30, and not to give away the date.
Yikes. No, just kidding. I'll be there soon.
And then I was thinking about my friends. I was like, okay, no. And then I thought of one. I was like, fuck, I didn't do anything for her golden birthday.
I think it's just like a Instagram caption thing, really.
Yeah, or you're just supposed to, like, get him a bunch of gold.
Ooh. Now we're talking.
I'm imagining me at 6 years old just receiving a bunch of gold.
Gold bullions. You get
Bullions?
yeah, it's like what is a term for a large gold brick.
What is bullion? I know I would have gotten all those little chocolate candies in gold wrappers. Did you eat
Gold?
those?
Oh,
And
I
they came in
couldn't.
the red
Ferrero
nets?
Rocher.
What?
Ferrero
Fancy?
Rocher. That's the gold.
No. They look like coins.
Oh
They
yeah,
look
yeah,
like
chocolate
money.
coins.
These were at the gas station.
Okay.
My grandma had the golden ferrets at her house, and I thought they were disgusting.
I couldn't eat it because it has walnuts, I think, or hazelnut or
And
something.
they were like bumpy chocolate balls. But then there was like air. It was gross.
What about Wonder Balls? Do you remember those? Those actually kind of sucked, but
my God, no, I loved them, but I was like
it was
heathen.
fun. It was fun.
Yeah, wait, how did it work? It was like Skittles or something in the middle, but not
It was
Skittles.
like
'cause,
shitty,
off-brand.
Like
You bit the chocolate
hard-
ball, and
hard
it was like a
chalk
mystery
candies.
of what was inside.
It was a mystery. There was. Let me actually.
Wow, that
let's see.
really is something. I used to really chow down on some candy.
Did I just unlock a memory?
You did.
Um,
Because another one is, who knows what I ate now, but Razzles. Have you ever seen 13 Going on 30?
no, I have not.
Well, that's a very good movie. It has Mark Ruffalo, which I think is his cutest performance. And it's like candy supposed to be from like the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And they started selling it at Limited too. So you bet your ass my mom drove me to the mall to get some of those.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Okay,
they
wait.
like fizzed in your mouth.
Let me just let's. Right.
Yes.
hell yeah.
Wow, I hope Wonderball sues us.
Yeah, from 2000. I guess it is. It is
Like,
by Nestle, which is like apparently the most powerful corporation in the world. So.
Nestle Toulouse. I did a science presentation on the Hershey factory in 8th grade. Or 7th grade. I
Hershey or
hated-
Nestle? What was your favorite conglomerate?
Probably Hershey because I love Hershey's Kisses.
I don't know what Hershey makes besides like the regular
lot.
chocolate stuff.
A lot.
Hershey, because I know Mars
Damn,
has.
If I remembered anything from my presentation, I could tell you right now. But
Yeah.
I remember I just taped a bunch of candy bars to my 3-fold board, and then I left.
Oh, it's actually pretty sick. They have Kit Kat, Reese's.
Yeah, Snickers.
I think Snickers is a Mars product.
Oh, well, it was on my board.
Crackle, Almond Joy. Ugh.
Wait, what is... Oh, no,
Almond Joys are
Nestle's,
gross.
those little, like, Bunch of Cruncha that they sell at the movie theaters?
Yes.
I get those.
Bunch of Crunch
Well,
is
I
way better
actually-
than Crunch. The regular Crunch bar.
Yeah. It just reminds me of the movies, but I'm actually a Junior Mint gal.
Junior Mints are okay. Again, I'm not a huge mint
Oh,
candy
yeah,
guy.
I forgot. So I guess you don't like a good York patty.
It's okay.
Ugh,
It's all
put them
fine.
in the freezer. Delish.
Yeah, it's all fine.
I'm just like a huge chocolate mint gal, and you're not.
I'm not. Certainly not.
Certainly not.
But
Yep, 27, not for long. And then next week will be your golden birthday. Cute.
Yeah.
Golden episode.
Yeah.
Next week's
'Cause
your
I'm
birthday.
28. So what's going on? It's a Monday.
Today is Monday. This is true. Not much. I meant to watch the VMAs last night, but I forgot, which I wish I would have because I started 2 movies and watched 20 minutes of them and then turned them off because I couldn't decide what I wanted to watch.
Oh, wow.
I was so tired yesterday, and I started Moulin Rouge, which I've never seen, and I've never had so much energy come out of a movie that I was like, I must stop this.
Yeah.
And I know I would probably enjoy it. It's very quirky. I knew I would probably enjoy it, so I had to go. And then I started Downton Abbey, the movie, and I've never seen the show. And then I was like,
You're probably going to be so lost. That's one of those types of movies that's like exclusively for the TV watchers, you know? You know how there's like some movies where...
like the show?
Yeah, if you watch the show, you saw the movie. If you didn't, there's very little crossover.
Okay, well, because I, too, wasn't sure if it was going to be one of those movies where it's like, it's just all the things, but nothing really happens, or if something was going to happen. And I needed to know that.
Yeah. It's like nobody saw the Entourage movie that didn't watch Entourage. It was all
True.
It was all people who watched Entourage.
And then I saw Adrian Grenier at a taco place.
There you go.
So
Claim to
I
fame.
am Entourage.
You gotta
Just call
say
me Turtle Man.
you gotta say I am Queens Boulevard.
No.
That's from the show.
Oh, I don't remember it.
Oh. Did you watch the show?
I've watched it once through. I guess I watched it in college or right after college, and I was like, it was pretty good. But I thought Adrian Grenier is really hot.
It's like a really corny line he had where he's like, I am Queens Boulevard. And you're like, that's the line that like cements him as this A-list actor. And
then it goes off the rails when he's like, is it Pablo or when he's the Aqua guy?
They're both bad. All of his movies in the show look really bad.
Yeah.
Especially when he's Aqua.
Is he ever like supposedly in a rom-com in the show? Because that would make sense. Because I feel like a lot of attractive men start off in rom-coms.
I don't think so, because I think they want him to be like...
I know, but I feel like still...
I think he should have...
everyone.
I think he should have been in
this
one.
fictional guy should have done that. He definitely did it in his real life.
He definitely did it. Yeah, that
Drive
was like...
Me Crazy is a fabulous movie.
That
Devil
was
Wears
his
Prada?
big thing. I still need to see Devil Wears Prada.
You really do. It's so good.
Heard good things. Gird your loins.
Things. Yes.
I know he
Stanley
says that.
Tucci. Wait, are you not a Tucci fan, or you just don't like the Tucci Gang song?
I just don't like the Tucci Gang song.
Tucci Gang. Do you know who his brother-in-law is?
No idea.
John Krasinski.
Really?
Yes, because Stanley Tucci's wife is Emily Blunt's sister.
Stanley Tucci's wife is
Pop culture lesson.
Emily Blunt's sister. So it's his brother-in-law. Is that how that works?
I think it's not technically, but your brother-in-law. That's what they would call each other.
Yeah.
But it might be that technically.
Interesting.
I think that's what people say. You know, like he's nothing.
Relationships.
We're
Nepotism.
together at Christmas, but
no, just kidding. They earned what they got.
I love Stanley Tucci. He does an excellent job. And then Meryl, of course.
Yeah.
And Emily Blunt. Emily Blunt's in it too.
Now we came full circle.
We really, really did.
All right. Well.
Oh, and then I watched Kings of Staten Island.
Oh, with
Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
It was
Wait,
good.
So you started 2 movies for 20 minutes?
No, I did this the other night.
Okay.
I didn't do that last night.
I was like, that's
No, then
wild.
I watched Gilmore Girls.
40 minutes of 2 separate movies, then 1 full movie would be
I actually watched, because I sat down at like 6 o'clock from all of my hard work, and I started Fired Up, which is like a movie you would not like. Do you know what it is?
Low key, I've heard a number of guys be obsessed with that movie.
It's
as funny. As
so
that is.
just to like quick skim through it, but it's like 2 guys who are in high school, because that's just the genre I dive into. But so they're like supposed to go to football camp, and then they're like, this is going to be horrible because they're known for like banging a bunch of chicks, and so they're like, let's not go to football camp, let's go to cheerleading
Classic
camp.
high school.
Yeah, classic. And then the cheerleaders aren't very good, so they're like, yeah, of course, like we'll take them. And so they go there to like hook up with a bunch of girls, and they end up like wanting to help them and all that stuff. But it is a pretty funny movie, and I specifically like it. Also, other like couple I realized this together this week. The girl in it, I don't know what you would know her from. Oh, she's the girl in Disturbia.
Not ringing any bells.
Oh,
Sarah
Disturbia is like
Romer?
such a huge. Yeah, she's married to Chad Michael Murray. who is these are huge people in my life. Anyways, so she's in the movie. She's like one of the love interests, but her douchey boyfriend in the show is David Walton, who's one of my favorite people. And just one of his famous lines is, "I have butt marks all over my badonkadonk." So that's the type of humor.
Yeah, it may not be my type of movie, but...
Okay, but so I saw it for the first time like a couple years ago, and I saw it with my friends, and we were literally laughing out loud. And then when I watched it yesterday by myself, I only laughed out loud once. So it's one of those.
I have friends that are legitimately obsessed with it, so like guy friends. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely, pretty sexist till it isn't. But no, King of Staten Island was really good. Love to see Moise Azarias on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
And Machine Gun Kelly made an appearance. I thought
nice.
it was good, but I also just, am really attracted to Pete Davidson. It can't be explained.
Also, little fun fact about Fired Up, looking at the cast here. Dennis from It's Always Sunny, Glenn Howerton.
Yeah.
His wife's in it. His real-life wife. Jill Latiano.
Who is she?
Haley in the movie. She looks like that. I'm showing Ashley on my laptop.
Oh, I don't remember her at all.
Yeah, probably a minor role.
Forgettable. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, but I just said that I'm very attracted to Pete Davidson, and it can't be explained. And now,
your feelings are your own, and that's
and a lot of girls agree with me.
It's
it
totally
can't be
up to
explained.
you, and it's everybody has their own taste, so nobody can tell you what to like.
Well, yeah. But then I watched some VMAs performances, and Lady Gaga stole the show.
Yeah, I saw she had like a bunch of masks, like 5.
Yeah, she just really showed up in her mask, and then she performed for 20 minutes, and then she got the Tricon Award, which is the first award. The first time Tricon. It's the first time MTV's ever given up this award, and I think it's because she can sing, dance, and act. Well,
impressive.
Yeah, it's been a big year for Gaga.
I was going to say, she looked like a Mortal Kombat character when she was performing with Ariana.
Yeah, she had a bunch of different outfit changes. That song is just so good. It is just the song of the summer and maybe the decade, because it really needs to be enjoyed in a summer where we're allowed to do stuff.
Yeah.
But what I will say is she wore this long, feathery jacket, and that is what I want to wear when I float away to heaven.
Hey, you can have that at your funeral. So
I won't be there.
Well, I think your body will be, right?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, okay.
I have my funeral.
Your funeral.
I have my funeral planned.
Oh, yeah. We've talked about this.
Yeah. Some songs change every now and then, but I have it planned pretty well. R. Kelly really fucked some things up for me.
Yeah.
I had to move some things around.
He fucked some things up for a lot of people, I think. But.
You know what? Yeah, that's true.
True. All right.
What about you? What's up?
Oh, yeah. Not too much. I watched, I think I told you about this, but I've been watching this F1 Drive to Survive show on Netflix.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's like a
Drive to Survive.
race car.
Dale Earnhardt.
So it's like
Talladega Nights.
It's Formula One. It's not NASCAR. So the difference is the cars go much faster. They look much different.
Faster?
Mm-hmm.
Dangerous.
Formula One. It's actually really cool. Most people are European, so it has that air of. It's also not a circle. It's
so
it's like a crazy track that zigzags and has a bunch of turns, and it's not just a circle. You know what I mean? It's much more interesting. I think it is very dangerous. People that a guy dies every year usually.
Oh my god, no, no. I don't approve.
They got to make a living.
Not worth it. Oh my god.
They would disagree.
Obviously.
But yeah, I also think there's this guy who's a 22-year-old baller. He races for Ferrari. His name's Charles Leclerc. And I think you would have a Timmy Chalamet type crush on him.
Okay, let's
he's
see
French.
if you understand anything.
He's, I think, tall. He's very cool.
Leclerc.
He's an amazing driver. So
it must be Charles. No, that didn't sound French. Charles Leclerc.
I'm pulling up the images.
Yeah, he's pretty cute. Sometimes he's not, and sometimes he is. Not to judge. Yeah, but I like that he's wearing a mask.
Imagine he's a stud race car driver. Does that do anything? No?
Racing cars isn't my kryptonite. But you know what? If I was on the track, maybe.
He's a boss.
If I
and
saw
was
him
just
getting
like,
his
God,
tires changed.
This guy's cool as shit.
So what is the thing? You just watch him race, or
It's like a docuseries, so it kind of follows each of the teams, each of the like relationships between like the team principal, which is like the manager, and the drivers and some of the team. It kind of like details like their journeys. Like it's basically it's like a no cap sport, meaning if you're an owner of like Mercedes, you can spend as much money as you want. If you want to spend $1 billion on your team, you can.
yeah.
So like naturally, the two
Worth it.
teams that are spending the most win the most.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like seeing teams trying to do more with less, budget wise and all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. It's interesting if you're into like I don't know, learning
Fast.
about
If you want to go fast and see people go fast.
yes, it's good.
Interesting. I probably won't watch it, but I support you watching it.
Hey, fair, and I appreciate that.
Also, I forgot that I watched Bad Education.
Oh, what'd you think?
Did you watch it?
I did.
I liked it.
I liked it too.
I liked that I didn't know anything about it.
Same.
So that was interesting. I fucking love Heath Ledger, and I love Allison Janney. No, god damn it.
I was like, wait a minute.
I do love Heath Ledger though. R.I.P.
Right, yeah.
What is his name?
Hugh Jackman.
Oh my god,
It's
what?
an H, yeah.
I almost watched Brokeback Mountain yesterday, so it's like.
And they're both foreign. One's
And
Australian.
That's it.
Heath is.
I don't
what
think
was
Hugh
Heath?
Jackman.
Hugh Jackman's Australian.
He is. I
He
guess
is.
I've only heard him in movies, so I don't know his true
Heath is
ex-ante.
British. Is he?
No, I want to say he's like. I think there's an easy way.
Yeah, I'll just go Australian
like
as
he's-
well. So there you
yeah.
go. That's why you had it.
Yeah,
You had it.
totally.
You-
I love Hugh Jackman and I love Allison Janney, who I've met, and not to brag.
Yeah, a little humble brag there.
Yeah, I used to work at a juice bar in New Orleans, and I was like over there fixing the juice, and someone comes up to me and goes, "Do you have just cellar juice?" And I turn around and it was Allison Janney, and I was just like, no.
It's funny because she's a superstar, but she's also somebody that I think a lot of people wouldn't recognize. So it's cool
And
that
she
you
had,
knew
like,
who she was.
No makeup on.
Yeah.
But she totally like shocked me, and she's so tall, and I'm so little that I like looking up at her, just like, no, but we can make some. Oh god,
Starstruck.
Be
yeah.
cool, girl.
Yeah. Don't freak out.
But no, I thought it was really good, just because I had no idea what was going to happen, and I thought it was interesting and just like a crazy ass story.
I liked Hugh Jackman in that role where he's like an unlikable guy.
An unlikable guy, because man, but did it make me want to watch The Greatest Showman? I'll tell you.
Very different roles for him.
And just because, like, I mean, I don't really want to spoil it. Not that I think anybody cares.
Leave it at that.
You think Allison is better?
Yeah. There we go. And that was Bad Education movie.
And this
review.
episode is sponsored by Bad Education. No, but it's on HBO, and it's a movie, and it was good. Oh, also, I thought it was funny that Jimmy, what's his name? The guy that's
Tatro.
like,
Yeah.
that he was in
He was
it just
really
because
funny
he's
in it.
like,
Just the dumbest
his trajectory
dude ever.
is so weird. And he's been a fireman. Oh, because he was also in King of Staten Island. He's been a fireman in like 2 things, and I feel like he just gives off that persona.
Definitely. So changing gears a little bit, some of the updates a little bit heavier.
Yeah, so obviously some sad news. I feel like this is the first time we really reported on something like this, but Chadwick Boseman passed away on Friday from battling 4 years of colon cancer. Yeah, we obviously haven't had something this heavy, but we couldn't really not talk about it. It was just so sad and shocking. Like, it doesn't feel real. And I don't know. I'm glad I've already seen Black Panther, and I've been a fan of him for a while. Specifically, I pulled it up, but the Met Gala last year, he just looked so good because guys usually don't go for it. And his outfit, like, he just looked amazing. He's so handsome, and then just started all this like good stuff started coming out about him. But yeah, it's truly so sad to hear. And it actually, when I was on my way over here, I saw Michael B. Jordan finally spoke about it, and it's just such a hard time, and it just sucks that good people are going when there's so many shitty people.
Yeah, definitely sucks.
And
but
he's so young.
one thing that is like commendable, his team, like nobody on his roster like ever leaked anything about this. Like the fact that this
No.
didn't come out until
At
he
all.
passed away is like truly commendable to like whoever knew. It's insane. Like props to
Yeah,
y'all for
yeah.
keeping it under wraps because like that's such a
When it's
gross
like,
thing
who-
that happens.
Yeah, and
you know?
who wants to be that person? But you're right. And it's just cool all the things that are coming out about him, how he was like visiting kids in shelters and just such a good guy. And he just truly has this like his memory will be as a king was just so dope and like doing such a huge thing for the Black community and
role model for
kids,
a lot of kids
and people all over the world.
It's like also crazy to me that he was shooting, like he did a lot
of movies in the past 4 years.
Yeah, and he was
Including
getting
Black
chemo
Panther.
in between shooting. Like you're shooting for a lot of the time like 18, sometimes 20 hours a day.
Yeah.
And then he's having to like go
and
off.
nobody knew.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, so just like what a talented
R.I.P.
actor. And
for
I
sure.
saw a lot of people saying that like I didn't know people were saying kind of like making fun of him when they saw that he was losing weight. And I've seen things that are like, you don't know what people are going through, but so be nice. But it's like, let's just be nice.
Yeah. Let's be nice.
Not comment. This is like just kind of going on to a different thing, but like commenting on people's appearances and stuff, like when there is a weight change, like you just never know.
You never know
what someone's going through.
I definitely think it opened up
nice
some people's
general.
eyes for sure.
Yeah, but he's a good one. He's done awesome things, so it's cool that he'll be remembered in such like a good light. But
yeah, no doubt. R.I.P. I feel like usually is like a jokey thing, but like truly R.I.P.
Yeah.
know?
For sure. He'll be missed.
Kind of leads us a little bit into our next update, the basketball boycott. Just because both, I think, were kind of pivotal moments for
this past
hopefully some
week.
sort of change.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you don't know, the NBA playoffs have been going on. Games have been going on every single day.
In the bubble. Usually like 4 or 5, I think 4 games a day. Holy crap. For one team? No.
Okay. But
I
still,
see what
like,
you mean. I see.
every day there were 4 games in a row.
A lot of games were being done.
Yeah. Which is unusual because usually there's travel days and all this sort of stuff. So there's usually, it's not as many as
That's
that.
true.
And
Efficient.
Yeah. But due to there was a shooting of a young man in, I forget
Kenosha.
where. See,
Jacob Blake.
was that? That was after the fact.
What was after that?
Or no?
No, they boycotted after.
Okay, because there was 2 events. One was the shooting of Jacob Blake, who was paralyzed.
Yes,
and
is
then
paralyzed.
Is paralyzed, right?
I didn't know.
Was paralyzed
he's still alive,
in
I'm just saying.
the event. Yeah. No, good to clarify. And then during the Black Lives Matter protests, another fucking moron
Idiot.
came
Disgusting.
through and shot and killed 2 people
with a
some big ass gun. Yeah,
that
I don't know what it
should not
was.
be had, in my opinion.
He was 17, so
yeah,
shouldn't have had a gun at all.
So many different things,
let alone a massive weapon of destruction.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, talking about
the teams decided to boycott in honor of everything going to really provoke change.
Yeah, and just like get more people talking about it.
Yeah,
I think it is easy to like have sort of distraction all the time, and especially something like basketball. While I do think it's good that those things happen and that they continue, I think it's also good to step aside for a moment and let people fucking stew on what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, and I think too, and this is just like me thinking from my brain, not that I like watch a bunch of sports, but I think sports is so broadly watched that doing this, knowing that they have such a huge platform, especially right now where like basketball, I think, is one of the only things really going on right now. And so you're just speaking to such a huge audience that it's just, you know what, I support sports. I think this is just so brave and cool of them to be like, and of the WNBA, to be like, no, we're not going to play because this is more important.
It was also really cool. It was like a domino effect where I know NBA stopped, WNBA stopped, and then also I think hockey, baseball, like all the other major sports. I think
there's been some tennis as well.
Whatever events really were like, we're not going to play either. So that it was like a full few days of just thinking about it, not fucking, just being distracted.
And I think too, sports reporters and people in the news have been like walking off camera to be like, I'm standing with them. And I just think
for sure
it's really cool. I think, you can't just ignore what's going on. And for people who not have so much to lose, but just have such a huge platform, they're so big, they could literally do whatever they wanted and not get too much backlash, but to use this and be so brave is really cool, and I think it's necessary.
Yeah, I think it's also like showing we're, hopefully moving in the right direction, because I think a lot of people, at least, and maybe I'm in an echo chamber, I don't fucking know, whatever, but like a lot of people seem to be in support of that. And while obviously everybody wants to watch basketball, everybody not everybody, but a lot of people, I think more people than you would have seen 15 years ago understood, which is encouraging.
Yeah.
So hopefully we just keep moving forward. I mean, that's,
Yeah, just open your
drive
hearts and your
progress.
minds and educate yourself and,
yeah, just listen,
make change.
On a lighter note, Bella Thorne.
I saw you write Bella Thorne. I had no idea what was happening. I almost clicked on something today. I was like, you know what? I want to hear it from my co-host, Trevor.
Nice. Good. Okay. So she is a little bit in hot water, and kind of, understandably so, because a lot has kind of developed on this one. So she joined OnlyFans.
Okay. I've heard of it.
She's competing with me and my turtleneck sweaters on there. No, I have not opened up an OnlyFans.
He will.
But
once we get desperate enough,
yeah,
it'll happen.
For sure. If I'm out of work, yeah, you'll see me on there rocking some mock turtlenecks, full turtlenecks. We'll see. But anyway, she joined OnlyFans in a single day, made $1 million, I want to say. Let's fact check this real quick. Yeah, she earns $1 million in a day.
Wow.
24 hours of debuting her page. She made $2 million within a week. Because of that, so a lot of OnlyFans workers, sex workers, were angry with her, understandably so. And, here's the thing. She has every right to do whatever she wants. She does.
Yeah.
She's a person just like the rest of us. But I understand why people were upset was because she's a mega millionaire already. She kind of has a bunch of avenues to make money. I think she has a makeup line, or if not, it's some clothing line. She has something that like is doing
she
well.
has money.
She has a lot of money, and this is a lot of typically men and women, but largely women's only means of income.
Mm-hmm.
And so the idea is like, that's $1 million that's getting taken out of the pockets of these other people.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's necessarily 100% true, because it's not just a fixed pie. Like some guys out there is probably buying Bella Thorne's as well as all of his other favorite ladies.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, I do think that it probably did take some money out of some of these people's pockets.
Yeah.
And even worse than that, there is now OnlyFans has changed their rules because of it. So they, let me see what the exact rules were, but they, oh God, there's a video that's going to play here. They changed the rules where I think there's payment caps of $50 on pay-per-view posts. So there are things where, like, if I post a picture that's supposed to be an especially spicy picture, you can pay me to view it just
Something
once.
real naughty.
Right, exactly. And
That's kind of not fair.
there was no cap before. So if you wanted to pay $1,000 for that, you could have. If I charged $1,000, somebody was willing to pay, free marketplace. Now it's $50 cap max.
That's not fair to me.
Not fair at all. I agree. I don't know why. I mean, it's kind of shitty that they
It's
did
like,
that.
hey, I know there's like, well, actually, I really don't know a whole lot about OnlyFans, but it's like, hey, me naked is only worth $50.
Yeah. I mean, it's that's a little ridiculous to me. They change it so like some international creators had to wait 30 days to receive their money. I think they imposed some other sort of like the payments were not as quick. There's like a 5-day holding fee because after she did this, I guess she kind of alluded to having naked photos, and it wasn't naked photos, and so people got pissed and demanded refunds, and it created all this sort of backlash and chaos for the OnlyFans company.
I don't like this.
So yeah, it's really just kind of like sparked a conversation of like what is this? Because this thing, I mean, obviously it's been blowing up, OnlyFans, and you see a lot of these like kind of influencer type people joining and creating, and it's like what's the deal? Well, how do we do this right where it's not just becoming a second Instagram for these people to make money on? You know what I mean? Yeah.
I feel like if they keep the cap, someone else is going to start something where there's no cap.
Ooh, business opportunity for us. Yeah, I was going to say.
Friends with Benefits Explicit XXX if you want to.
Yeah.
Question mark.
There's also a cap on, I think, tips now where you can only tip up to $100.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem fair. But I do think what's interesting is specifically with influencers is like, I mean, Bella Thorne did have to start somewhere, and I think the most creative will survive. Like, maybe you have to get creative, and I'm obviously saying this like loosely, no pun intended.
Yeah,
but that was distasteful. But like influencers, like they had to start somewhere and like grow a following, you know. So it's like
there's a point to that, though. I agree. Like
I think some girls who, you know, they stick with it, and if this is what's meant for them, like they'll, you know, like Bella could stop next week and then it's over, and then people are going back to them because I think OnlyFans is changing the game, and so that or something like that is here to stay. But yeah, I think if they cap it, they're gonna move on to something else.
Yeah,
which might be the equivalent to the goddamn sex DMs that are in my Instagram. Please leave me alone.
Ooh, interesting.
So many. I think everybody gets that because my account isn't on private.
Okay.
And so it's like that same thing you said episodes ago. It's like sexy time me. You
Message,
want?
yeah,
look
exactly.
at it. And I'm like, you're not my type. You're a woman.
Let me see bod, please.
And also no, even if it was a man.
Right. Yeah.
It's either like those kind of girls or like old men who are like, I'll give you money.
Oh yeah, that's all they want is just some.
But yeah, I'm curious to see how this plays out, I guess. But Bella Thorne has just always rubbed me the wrong way. She was in this wonderful movie called The Duff, and then she just like went bananas, like starting beef with everyone and just kind of going crazy. And I think she broke Charlie Puth's heart for that. I'm out.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about her, so I'll keep my mouth shut on this one.
Okay. Next up is yours. I don't know.
Yeah, I was Quibi's pivot. They started doing.
Oh
this,
yeah, what is that?
So they started doing this weird thing where they're doing drive-in movie theaters now.
Okay.
They have like part of their service is now you can see like I think they have a new
like an 8-minute show at the theater.
That's what's weird is I think they're playing like full-length movies at a drive-in. It doesn't make any sense. It's like nothing they're really doing makes sense.
Yeah, so here's the thing. So I've been thinking, so I did the like free trial and then I deleted it because I'm a normal human, and then I want to re-download it because there's stuff coming out that I want to watch, but then I'll probably like watch it all and then quit it. And I know this is like one of the whole things is I want to AirPlay it to my TV.
That's exactly it. I don't understand. I
think that they think this is what we want, and maybe it's not for us. It's for the Z's.
I don't even think the Z's like it. The Zoomers.
No, I don't think so either. But I think that's who it was catered to. Even though it's like Adam Devine is on it, like who is
he's our guy.
Yeah, he's ours. Okay,
yeah, you can't
fuck
claim
you.
Him. Right? Yeah.
Even though he is on Disney Plus for a show called Magic Camp, and I really want to watch it.
That's hilarious.
Have you watched his stand-up?
I don't think I've ever seen like a full special. I've seen clips before.
Oh, well, he talks about how like he wanted to go, or he did go to Magic Camp when he was little, and there's a whole thing with a cape. But anyways, so now it makes me want to watch it because I feel like he's super passionate about it.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, like he's our guy. Joe Jonas, he's my guy specifically, but our guy, you know?
Yeah.
And so it is interesting who this is catered to, but just let me AirPlay it. I can AirPlay everything else. And also, I hope someone's not like, well, actually, if you just like go to your settings, you could.
No, it should be easy.
I'm old right now. Well, it should be where I just swipe down and the boop.
There should be an app on every like Roku, Apple TV. Like there should be a Quibi app. It's bananas that they think you want to watch everything on your phone.
Yeah.
I understand the formatting for your phone is kind of cool, but the idea that you can't watch on regular screens is stupid to me.
The only way I would want this is if I'm traveling, which I'm definitely not doing right now, and I'm waiting at the airport looking at my phone.
They launched at like the worst possible time.
Yeah, and I think they know that.
Yeah. They're like drive-ins. But that's new.
Yeah, I don't know if some guy is like at the office like, we can't give him AirPlay. It ruins everything.
Yeah, there's one guy who's holding out.
Then why are we different?
He's like, I will not do it.
Because
okay?
I do get releasing things in small 8-minute pieces, bites, as they would say. Because I see people like Joe Jonas and people I wouldn't usually see in that setting, and so I truly enjoy that. And so I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but like just let me put it on my TV, God.
Yeah.
You have it formatted that way.
For real.
And then I'll just turn my TV
vertical. Figure it out, Quibi. Yeah, so that was
But I am about to download it and like pay again because there's a couple things I want to see.
Oh my God. They got you with the content.
They have me. But I mean, well, I guess Quibi will probably be pretty easy to like shoot.
Yeah.
Lonely in these times.
Right. In these times. During a pandemic.
In this economy.
Did you see the new Batman trailer?
I did. I saw your tweet and I didn't understand it. Ish. Or
I
had
don't
some
even know what I
questions.
said about it.
You said beep bop boop love rub. No, it was this looks something. He looks like he kills people. Something like that. I hope this one kills people. You definitely said something about killing people because then I said, "Is my co-host Trevor a murderer?" Question mark. Does Trevor, my co-host, support murderers? Question mark.
Oh yeah, I said this is going to be so good. Robert Pattinson's no doubt going to kill people in this one.
Yeah, and I think that's where I disagreed, and I was like, "Wow, I wish this wasn't under all our podcasts."
Okay, well, here's the thing: is Batman's always the guy who's like, "I have a code," and yet he's like breaking guys' backs and like slamming them into brick
but
walls
not murdering them.
that we know of. He like hits people
How do
with
we
cars
not
and
know
shit.
it's a fictional movie?
If you hit people with cars, they're probably gonna die.
Well, yeah, but he's no guns.
Yeah, okay,
No
he doesn't
guns.
use a gun, but he'll bash their face into a bloody pulp. My point is, Robert Pattinson is
know
the
if he
edgy.
did.
He's the edgy Dark Knight. He's the badass one who's like, he might have a gun. He might actually have a
I
gun.
hope he doesn't.
I kind of hope he does, because here's the thing.
I guess I don't support guns, and Trevor does.
In Robert Pattinson's Batman hands, you bet I do.
How do you feel about his makeup, his stage makeup?
The makeup's awesome.
I hate it.
Oh, it's
He looks like, oh, sorry, mama, I just finished my play on Broadway, and then I fell asleep, and then I got wet a little.
it's back to like what superheroes used to be, which was like
Oh.
a real guy.
And what is Christian Bale?
Christian Bale is like, he's a little bit too perfect. I love Christian Bale. That's always going to
I
have a
would
special
not
place.
consider him perfect. He has a cane. I'm just kidding.
Does he? I think that's Alfred. Oh, no, he has.
He
yeah,
does.
at the beginning.
Alfred has no cane. Don't
beginning
you
of the
speak
third
like
one.
that about Alfred. Alfred put that show on his back. Movie. I sound like an old man. That is picture show.
Is-
Good.
that talkie the other day.
Christian Bale was nowhere near perfect. One, he liked Rachel, and she was lame.
Yeah, she was lame.
Harvey Dent, weird.
I just think, we're
Evil.
going to see the flaws, and I like that a little bit more.
I think it's darker than what I like.
Mm.
Like how the bad guys had face paint on. Like, did they have is Cuisinart like support? No, Cuisinart is
Cuisinart.
baking.
Microwaves.
Is Crayola like sponsoring this movie? There's just a lot of face paint, and then the opening scene is like the duct tape, and then it says something on the guy's face, and that scared me a little bit.
I don't know what that was, but Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
I am excited because I have a thing for Colin Farrell.
You're not going to have a thing for him as the Penguin because
You know
he is
what?
gross.
I didn't see. He wasn't in the trailer, was he?
No, he wasn't in the trailer, but there's makeup, like pictures of him with makeup, and yeah, he's he's not looking like Colin
I know, but
Farrell.
it's not
we'll
like
say.
I'm going to be, salivating, but I am excited to see him on my screen, even though I'm very scared to see this movie.
You certainly won't be salivating. I'm turning my laptop.
I like his eyeball. There's only one picture.
It's not that one. That's not what he's going to look like. He's going to look like that.
That's not him.
That is him with a shitload of makeup.
No.
Yeah, it is.
That doesn't even kind of look like him.
You can only see it in the eyes. It's
I liked
insane.
the
They
other
did
one
it-
that I thought was it. What's that?
That looks like that's the thing is he looks hot there. You don't want a hot
Oh,
Penguin.
Trevor likes a one-eyed Colin Farrell.
I mean, he looks like Colin Farrell. You got to transform him, which is why it's going to be so good.
It doesn't come out till next year, so I have time to ruminate. Also, it's not going to be one of those movies I see in the theater if that is so allowed.
Yeah, I will if it is so allowed, but
That seems like that's a very dark movie, and I don't feel safe seeing those dark movies in the theater. I'm sorry.
yeah,
But you know what? I do support Robert Pattinson. He is the hottest guy according to science, and I think he'll do anything to get rid of this Twilight.
And yeah,
Background.
he's proving that with this one.
And it's just, god damn, so many Batmans. So
A lot of
many
Batmans. A lot of Batmans.
And because I've never even seen the Ben Affleck ones.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Oh, but I am very, very excited for Zoe Kravitz because I love her and she's Catwoman.
Catwoman. Oh yeah, it's
And
gonna
I
be
know
good.
she's gonna do very well.
I think it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be scary.
All right, so today's topic.
Is a movie, and the movie is The Departed.
The Departed, yes. The Departed movie review.
And this was a choice for the male gaze.
Yes. My pick.
That's what that means.
Trev's pick.
Yeah, that's what we call you.
And it's...
I can give the summary if you want.
I was just going to say, go ahead and pause. Watch it.
Yeah,
if you haven't seen
on
it.
HBO Max.
HBO Max. It's great.
Or however that works now.
2.5 hours, but it goes by like it's 5 minutes.
You know what? Sure.
All right, take it away.
Okay, so I've decided, even though it's usually the pickies does the summary, I decided to do it myself. And I'm going to do it in a Boston accent.
Oh, this is... Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so I'm guessing that in Boston. And so it starts, so Leonardo DiCaprio has a bad family. His name is Billy, and his family is almost all dead, and then his mom's about to die, and then his mom dies. And so he's in the house. Are you about to talk, or are you just like... Okay, you're like mouthing. And so he, I think he like got raised in juvie. I don't know. He just is from the wrong side of tracks. And then so they take him into the police force and they decide that they want to put him on the bad guys team as a spy, but that's not what they use. They use like what is it?
Special agent.
Yeah, but they
undercover.
Yeah, whatever. And so the bad guy is Jack Nicholson, and I couldn't figure out why he was bad, but he's bad because he is involved in drugs. And mostly cocaine, which he splatters all over this girl's face.
I think it was her butt.
I think it was about to, but they didn't show it, so I don't want to say. But it was a lot. And so, in the police force, and the guy that's in charge is Alec Baldwin, and then the other guy, who his name is Queenum, is like BFF with Mark Wahlberg, who is Dignam. I don't know. The names are very close.
Queenan and Dignam. Yes.
Dignam. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
They were made to go with each other, but they were specifically on Jack Nicholson, like watching him. And then another guy in the police force was Matt Damon, who plays Colin, which is a kind of a stupid name. And he was a rat for Nicholson, so he was actually a bad guy. And so then, this is a long summary. Anyway, so it's basically everyone's like trying to figure out like who's the bad guy and who's the rat, and they're trying to nail Jack Nicholson because he's a bad guy and he's pretty scary, and I don't really like Jack Nicholson. I think he's good at being a bad guy, but he betrayed my trust when I watched Something's Gotta Give because that's a really bad movie, and I actually think he's pretty messy and he needs a haircut. And then, so basically they're trying to figure out who the rat is, and then you get to the end and crazy stuff happens, and Queenum, who is Uncle Ben and Spider-Man, dies again. And then other people get shot.
Everybody dies.
Everybody dies except for Mark Wahlberg.
And Alec Baldwin, yes.
Well, but he
wasn't in it.
He never left the office.
Yeah, he was.
And
he never left the office. Okay, it was good.
Oh, and then there was a therapist.
There was also a lady. It was good. It was. Let me critique it a little bit.
Okay, no one asked for that, but okay.
You didn't ask. I'm just preparing it.
Took it upon yourself.
Took it upon myself.
Because you're from Boston.
Right. So it kind of went from Boston to New York to like a toddler at moments. But overall pretty good.
I think
I was impressed that you maintained it.
I think the moments where I went to toddler is like, am I about to go to my actual voice, but I'm actually still doing the accent a little bit? Now I think it's going to go in and out because I can't control it.
Overall solid. You got through it, and that was, I would have quit. No lie.
And you know what? I didn't read from anything. I don't know if that was obvious. That was all from my brain.
No voice lessons.
No voice lessons. Park the car. Boston. Shoot him. Kill him. Bad guy.
There you go. So what are your thoughts? What?
Okay, so my thoughts.
You got some notes?
I've seen it before. I do have some notes. I have some critiques. No. I've seen the movie before, and I saw it for the first time a year or so ago, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. And just because, like, it's mostly I've heard men talk about it because it's like, what's crazy, and then the end is wild, and it's just a thing.
Yes.
And so I watched it, and I watched it with someone who really wasn't digging it, but I literally phone away was, like, so into it. And then I literally watched it today because I wanted to be fresh.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I should have just watched it last night, but I was scared to watch it, like, right before I went to go to bed because it's pretty intense.
It is intense.
Okay, so I am going to ignore the fact that it really, really doesn't age well with the names that they call each other.
But it is a real look at those type of people, you know? So the scumbags, even the cops were scumbags, you know?
Yeah, but
it doesn't age well in the terms of like, we would never talk like that. But
Yeah, but I hope no one ever talks like that. But I know people do. But I'm saying, like, now in movies, I think even though it's like, yeah, these guys are assholes, you don't exactly hear all of, like, they said every word under the sun.
they did.
And so I think now we kind of, movies, it's like, okay, we know that they're bad guys, but let's not say the F word.
Just because you don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's probably
so,
true.
and just saying like pussy a lot, and it really talks down towards women. A lot of toxic masculinity. But I decided to skip through
Forgo that.
But I do think that is why guys like it, because they're like, oh, these guys are tough guys.
It's not why we like it.
I did mean that was my first question. First, I want to hear what this movie means to you and why you like it.
I don't know if it means anything to me. I just really enjoyed it.
Enjoy movies because it's like, you know, it made you think, or it's like it did something.
I
It made
thought
you feel.
It made me feel, for sure. I thought it had an insane amount. Like, it did an excellent job at, like, I'm just, you know, whatever. But it did an excellent job at just, like, slowly building the suspense at every single level.
It's real slow.
I thought Jack Nicholson was, like, he's, like, the perfect villain where it's never that scary when you have a guy who's just coming out and he's like, I'll fucking shoot you in the face. It's like, okay, not that scary because it's so over the top. It's so fucking scary when he's just like talking to Leo casually and he's like, yeah, so I need you to go do something for me. And Leo's like, what? And he's just like slowly, casually pulls out a fucking severed hand in a bag and he's just pulling out the hand and like pulling the ring off of one of the fingers and it's all bloody. Or when he's like talking to Leo and Leo's like, I'll fucking shoot you in the head if you cross me or whatever. And then you just hear a thud and he just reaches down and grabs a gun and he's looking down the barrel like, what is this? Jack Nicholson, of course.
Yeah.
He's just really good at like being terrifying in a way that I think is
Really
realistic.
calm.
Yes.
He's very confident.
Very confident.
Almost too confident.
But yeah, I mean, that's spoiler alert on all this.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. He gets shot. So
He does. And I that was one thing I was excited about is I kind of forgot the order. And so I forgot that he kind of died like 20 minutes before the end and that it was Matt Damon and he was okay, wait. No, I do have a question for you.
But to sum up why I like it so much, I just thought it was like incredibly suspenseful. I thought that the acting was amazing, like the shots were incredible. Everything was
gunshots.
No, like okay.
I understand movie lingo.
The screen.
So how many times have you seen it? Once a day.
No, probably like 4 or 5.
Okay, because I was trying to think of like when is someone like, you know, I could really hunker down and watch tonight? The Departed.
Here's the thing where I watch it.
I want my anxiety to skyrocket.
Through the roof. Where I watch it most often is like if I see it's on TV and I'm like it's halfway through, I'm like, oh, I'll watch the rest of
Let me
this.
catch the end where things really go
For
ape
sure.
shit. Yeah.
It's always shitty though when you catch it on like TBS where it has to be censored. And they're like, you see like none of the movie. They're like, hey, you jerk. You freaking bozo.
Wow, so you like the bad word.
No, but it's just like when it's like, when
No,
he's like,
I
you
totally
fucking
understand.
piece of shit.
It would be like Kids Bop Wop. It's like
Exactly.
It's like
You take the punch out of it a little bit.
that. Which it is waffle and pancakes, according to TikTok.
Oh, is it really? That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
According to TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this isn't until my last question, but since we're talking about Frank getting shot, when Matt Damon's like, you're an FBI informant, what does that mean? What?
So,
No, but I think I picked it up at the end where it's like he'd been gathering information about all the bad guys, so it's like, you want some information? I got it.
Jack Nicholson was cooperating with the FBI. Jack Nicholson's character was cooperating with the
Frank
FBI.
Costello, which is a great kind of Italian bad guy name.
I think they're all supposed to just be Irish, but I don't know.
That makes sense.
Irish mob boss, yes,
Yeah.
Frank. But he was cooperating with the FBI so that he would never get popped at least by the feds. But
Trevor, I think you mean he'd never get popped.
he'd never get popped. But
okay, ours are different.
Right, he should be, right? We're from different parts of town. But he, so he was never going to get thrown in jail by
The cops.
feds.
The feds, but he could get thrown in jail.
He could
by
get
the
thrown
cops.
in jail by the Boston Police Department, State Police.
Yeah. That seems kind of hinky and dirty.
You know, different government departments want different things, and they're
Yeah.
willing to sacrifice.
What did they want from him?
Information. They were probably getting information on other mob bosses, other.
So they could really pull off a sequel if they wanted to, even though everyone is dead, so maybe not.
Yeah.
But to me, Mark Wahlberg steals the movie.
He's the best.
He's so good. Everything he says is so funny and like witty.
Yes.
And then just the fact that he like kills Matt Damon, no words are spoken at the end.
So amazing.
Even though it was a bad idea to leave when Queenum died because shit really went down. We really could have used him. Especially because that's when I think Leo and Matt Damon started to get a little sloppy, because when like Matt Damon calls him on Queenum's phone and he's like, let me talk to someone so I know it's true. And then he doesn't. And I'm like, bitch, no.
Yeah.
So things should, and okay, one thing I have to say, I guess I'm just like really, I pay attention to detail. But when he's following after the porno movie theater and he thinks he's walking up, so Matt Damon has his knife out, but the guy is walking so loud that would never be someone who's after him, and then he just stabs him out of nowhere. Sloppy.
Okay, that whole like scene, the chase scene is incredible to me. I love that one.
Huh.
Like I don't know. It's just like, it's, again, the suit, like,
you
so
just
suspenseful.
love boys and zip-ups and ball caps just running around Boston in the
Sure.
Chinese.
Yeah. Chinatown.
I know. I was like, that? No.
Yeah, the poor Asian guy who just gets stabbed. Totally. He's just like, he comes around the corner thinking he's going to load a
as
truck.
hell.
He's like,
an
oh!
elephant coming down the alley.
Also, yeah, Matt Damon just murdered a guy in the alleyway.
Yeah. Also, I did have a question about how they were playing porn at a movie theater, but then Jack Nicholson says, I own this place.
I think that's a thing still. X-rated movie theaters, probably. I can't imagine they're doing well with the advent of the internet. But
and like, I can't imagine going somewhere where other people are going to be taking in activities, solo ones.
I don't think you're allowed to, but I know that's how Pee Wee Herman got busted.
Yikes. Okay.
Yeah.
Then that's where Pee Wee Herman goes to jail. That's where that movie came from.
Right. And that's the name of this episode. Pee Wee Herman goes to jail.
Oh my God. I feel like there could be so many. Anyways, I'm going to like run through these. The kid at the beginning looks like Mark Wahlberg, who Jack Nicholson is talking to. And so I was like, oh my God, that's a perfect Mark Wahlberg. He looks exactly like him. And then the kid is supposed to be Matt Damon. So I was like,
I think he looks a lot like Matt Damon, no? I was thinking that he's a perfect match.
The profile, it could be Mark Wahlberg's child. Accents, toxic masculinity. Oh, the bad guy Irish dude who's like, Mom, I'm going to be late for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
He's in the last Harry Potter, which, scores bonus points for me.
Who is he playing that?
When, Harry and the gang turn into different older wizards to sneak in.
Ministry of Magic.
Yeah.
Right.
So, interesting. Jack Nicholson in a bucket hat. Work. I've said all that. And then I said it when I was doing my fantastic accent, but Queenum plays Uncle Ben in Spider-Man, and just his fate in both movies. Because I knew I remembered him something.
Rough.
And that scene in Spider-Man is always so fucking hard to watch. So, yeah, pouring out for that guy who is Charlie Sheen's dad.
Yeah.
Or uncle. I never really looked into it.
It's his dad.
Also, I think I just realized it when I was talking about the kid, but I was wondering how did Matt Damon get involved in this like bad guy stuff? Because to like build up such respect in the police force, he had to be doing that for a while. But I guess Jack Nicholson had been grooming him
exactly
for a long time.
Yep.
And Mark Wahlberg is the star of the show. And here is the biggest plot hole. Were you about to say something?
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
The psychiatrist, and here's why. She gives pills to Leo. Which is the first tip that she doesn't take her job very seriously. And this is not against women. This is this is a plot hole.
Attack the only woman in the movie.
Okay.
I'm joking.
I'm kidding. I think she would have seen right through Matt Damon's antics.
She started to, though.
But when they go on the first date and he's like, oh, you think I want to see you again? And she's like, what? He's like, I'm just kidding. You should have seen your face. And it's like, bitch, no, these are games. You know what goes on in his mind. You know he's like overcompensating and that he's a douchebag. And also, who do you think's child she's pregnant with?
I did have that same question. I think it's got to be Leo's. Because if you remember, he was having some issues in the bedroom.
He's having some issues? At
one point, she comes in at breakfast with Matt Damon and she's like, so do you want to talk about last night?
Oh,
and he's like,
I don't remember
he's like, I got to go into work. She's like, it happens to a lot of guys. It's not that unusual.
And I'm just really nervous because I'm a bad guy and a good guy.
And then I also thought it was really funny because later in the movie when Alec Baldwin is golfing and he's with he's with Matt Damon. He's talking to him. He's like, it's a good thing you're getting married. Shows people. He's like, your dick still works. And he's like, yeah, it's working. Overtime. And in reality, you're like, no, it's not. That shit ain't working at all.
He's a douche.
And he just, he's infertile.
Okay, well, yeah, now I definitely think it's Leo's for sure, which is sad.
Well, I'd rather they're both dead. I would rather it be Leo's.
The good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
even
sure.
if he is, his legacy still, the Costigans will live on.
But no, when it started getting towards the end, I was like, okay, you know what? I do kind of like this movie. It's good. It really holds your attention of just like, you just don't know what the fuck's going to happen. And because like, it could have done the route where it's like, we don't know Matt Damon is the rat the whole time, but it didn't, because then it gave you a whole nother 1-2 punch. So I enjoyed it. Is it on my top? No. I thought the acting is incredible because I was thinking about like how much Leo is acting. And he's just a very talented boy.
Yeah. There's a couple things I had questions on. Do you think when he's in the porno theater, do you think that was Jack Nicholson's real penis?
No, it was colored.
It was dark. Maybe he's just got like a dirty member.
No, I don't think that's his real penis at all.
Because at first I used to think, oh, it's a dildo. But I don't know. On second look, I was like, I'm not so sure.
Okay.
That was my first thing. There was also, did you notice that there was a little X behind Leo's head when they're in the elevator riding down? It's basically like he's about to get shot.
Oh, I thought you meant it was like a mess up.
Oh, no. Like there's an X on the wall.
Of like,
taped,
hey, stand here.
And it's just like, you're going to get fucking domed
Also,
when you come out of the elevator.
Not the guy that shoots him, but the guy who...
Anthony Anderson, the black
other
dude.
bad guy shot the guys in Kangaroo Jack.
Yeah, Anthony Anderson.
That is how I know him.
Poor guy. Yeah, I felt for him.
Yeah. He wanted to believe Leo, but...
Oh, I also wanted to say I love how at the end the dog didn't even like Matt Damon. He like bends down to pet the neighbor's dog. It's like, hey, how's it going? And the dog's like,
They're smart.
Yeah, they know. They can tell character. Yeah, I fucking hate Matt Damon when he's like, I just want to go on record. I'm commending him for the Medal of Merit. It's like, all right, dude, get the fuck out of here, you big piece of shit.
So this says... One, that showing the penis was not the director's idea. It was actually Jack's. Makes you think.
Okay.
Because he thought it was something the character would do.
I mean,
it's
it
not
worked.
saying if it was true or not. You know what, guys? We'll look into it. Or, I mean, if it was his penis.
Directed by Martin Scorsese. Produced by Brad Pitt. So anyway, that's our review.
It got an 8.5 out of 10 on the IMDb scale.
Best picture that year.
What would I give it?
Yeah, what would you give it?
But, like, my rating is, like, different. So I guess I'd give it a 7.5.
Ooh.
It got an 8.6. That's in the world's view.
Yeah, it's a C. Solid C.
Yeah.
I give it a 9.5. So solid 2 points higher. But that's okay. We're going to have different tastes. So that's our movie review, The Departed. We've got a little bit of time left, so we're going to do a quick...
mini Final Four.
Final Four of Leo's best movies. Our favorite movies of Leo's.
Yes.
So I think it's you go first, because we did one...
Yeah.
I think it's you go first.
Okay, so do you think you know mine? Or
no, I don't want to guess.
Should I sing us in?
Sing us in?
And my heart will go on and on. Obviously the Titanic, such a good movie, and I remember seeing it at a young age, which like risky, even though you didn't see the boobies on TV. But I just thought Leo was the most attractive I've ever seen, and I looked it up. He was 23 in that movie, so I can still say it. I think him in that movie is so attractive, but I do think it's a wonderful movie. Like, I love that movie. The only reason I don't watch it as much is because it's 3 hours long. Like, it's literally so long. I remember when we had VHSs, it takes 2 VHSs to watch the movie.
Yep.
And so I love that. I don't know who I told this to, but I think Leo in that role is hotter than Brad Pitt at any role. And
you might have said it on the podcast.
I might have. I guess I'm just really passionate about it. It's a wonderful movie. I didn't even realize I was Kate Winslet until I watched The Holiday. I was like, what else is she in? 3 hours, based on a true story. What a love story. R.I.P. Jack.
You know Billy Zane, the bad guy in it, is rocking a bald head now? Doesn't look bad.
I didn't.
It's just very different from what he looks like in the movie.
Very different. What an grade A douchebag.
Plays an excellent douchebag.
Yeah, really, really good at it. And I just love to watch fabulousness, and then Leo's just like, oh, I don't have anything to my name, and she's like, I love you anyway, and then he's like, there's some jewels, and then she throws it in the ocean because love is all that matters.
Period piece. Yeah. Well, that is a good pick. I could have foreseen that. But I will go with the obvious choice. My number one is The Departed.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
There were some others that I was like, ooh, that is really good, but I don't know.
Stacked.
It is. This is one of the tougher ones. I had to go with it just because, like, when I look at the list, like end to end movie
Butt
for
to
me,
butt.
I was just like, it's just the best on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my number one.
I'm happy for you, and obviously we won't go into it since we literally just went all into it.
Talked it.
So my next one, do I know it? Is Inception.
Ooh, okay.
I really, really love that movie. Another stacked cast, even though Leo is like very obviously the lead. We have Juno, who is Ellen Page, but I knew her from Juno, and I fucking love Juno. It's such a good movie. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who we all know I support on this podcast. Tom Hardy.
Mm-hmm. Ken Watanabe.
Mm-hmm.
The older Asian
I feel
man.
like there's one more guy. Maybe not.
Cillian
bad.
Murphy. Cillian Murphy. I don't know how you Cillian or Killian.
I don't know. And then the girl is actually the girl who is in Dark Knight Rises. Anyways, I just like
Maggie Gyllenhaal?
No, in the Batman
In the Dark Knight. Batman Begins?
It's Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and then Dark Knight Rises.
Yes.
Yeah, so I said it right.
Okay.
Dark Knight Rises is the girl who's like she was born in the dark, molded by it.
The actual Bane. Gotcha. It wasn't Bane, but the girl who
It's
was like,
the girl
I was in the hole.
Bane got her out. We
Right,
all
right,
know
right.
the
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
Anyway, she's in that movie as well, and I just love that movie because another like ending where you can talk about it with people. It's like, okay, well, like, what do you think happened? Like, do you think they're still in the Matrix or whatever it is? And it's very creative, and I just like something that makes you think like, like, would I do that?
I liked it a lot. Yeah, that was a lot of people like to hate on it. I'll say there's a lot of people out there like, but hey, it was a Christopher Nolan movie. It was good. It was very good. You know.
Yeah, I think it's an excellent movie, and I enjoyed it, and I stand by that, and I'm not afraid to say it.
It was on my list. Yeah, I had it on there. I definitely
on your
thought
top
about
4?
it. Not on my top 4. No.
We haven't had that happen yet.
No.
Okay, go.
This
go,
one, I
go.
think.
Who's next?
I think this is going to be on yours. Could be wrong, but
Right.
number 2, Catch Me If You Can.
No, it's on my
Oh.
honorable mention, and I kept going back and forth with it.
It's just one of those movies. I don't know why, but it always kind of puts me in a good mood.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's in some ways very, very sad, I like fraud stuff. I always liked,
Fraud.
just like, I don't know, like
Especially in that like fabulous way. We might like it for different reasons, but
yeah, I mean, in that era, it's like kind of cool. He's
he's
walking
not doing
through,
anything really, really bad. Like he's not murdering.
Exactly. He's not. He's
even though you
robbing
like
people
that.
blind. But
Robert Pattinson.
Okay. In some instances, yes, but no. It's like it's a real story, which is interesting. Tom Hanks, incredible.
And because I just recently watched it, so I watched it in the same day that I watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, you know what, let's just keep the Leo
double
train
feature.
going. Yeah, and it was wonderful. And I'd never seen it before, and I'm a lover of Tom Hanks because I have a heartbeat. And so, yeah, I think it's a wonderful movie, and I just love the era. I think the only reason it didn't make it is because I've only seen it once, so I haven't had enough time with it.
Yeah.
But he also looks amazing in that. And there's so many actresses, like so many different famous people. Jennifer Gardner, Elizabeth Banks, Amy Adams.
Yeah. Also,
and him being a doctor. It's just like so many things happen.
Who's the guy? Who's the
that guy?
Who's the dad?
I don't remember.
He's the guy who talks kind of like
From
this.
Greece?
Yeah, Jesus.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah, Christopher Walken. Yeah.
Excellent job. I didn't even look it up. I just got it from your accent.
Nice. Okay, I thought you
He's
looked it up.
very, what do you think of that quick?
Yeah, Christopher Walken. So yeah, that's my number 2.
Good for you.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Okay, my third one, I had to go off of like, I don't know if it's necessarily like my favorite, but I'm more likely to watch this movie because so much happens and it's so entertaining.
Okay.
And that movie is Wolf of Wall Street.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, very entertaining for sure.
It's so entertaining. It also has Margot Robbie and Jonah Hill, who I also love. So much happens, and it's just like I enjoy watching movies where there's a lot of money and a lot of things are happening. And I just never and Matthew McConaughey. I'm so sorry. How could I forget? Even though it's like right after Dallas Buyers Club, but he does the like crazy. And just love.
That's what he does.
I know. It is.
Yeah. Okay.
That was very good. Jesus. But no, yeah, I really like that movie. It's obviously very wild and it has its problems. And Jordan Belfort, is that who it is?
That is
a bad boy. But you know what? We learned that, and Leo showed us eloquently, and he should have won an award, and he didn't.
Another Scorsese movie.
Scorsese, yes.
He did The
I
Departed.
think I'm like, yeah, I did know that.
You're Christopher Nolan stan. Inception and Dark Knight Rises.
Yes, I am a Christopher Nolan fan.
And Dunkirk with your boy.
I haven't seen it.
Oh.
Because everyone's like, well, he's kind of a douchebag in the movie. I'm like, well, should I not watch it?
He is kind of a douchebag.
I'm probably going to watch it, though. I mean, I love him in any form.
Yeah.
So, yeah, to me, apart from Harry Styles, like, Leo in Titanic is like, wow, everything.
He's like as good as Billy Zane at being a douchebag. Maybe not that good.
At being hot?
At being a douchebag.
I'm talking about how hot he is.
Oh, no. I was talking about Harry Styles and Billy Zane.
Oh, I see. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of want to watch it.
He's not that level because he's not showcased as much, but...
And I heard it's just like nonstop fighting. And I'm a Libra, so I'm like, guys, let's get along.
Oh, I loved it. And
yeah, I know you're a Libra, but,
I got, something else going on.
But you're a boy.
Right.
Anyways, that is my third one. Will I stick with it? I don't know.
I think it's good. I liked it. It's on my honorable mentions for sure. Number 3, again, potential crossover. I don't know. Blood Diamond.
I've never seen it.
Oof. It is an excellent movie. I just liked it. It's, again, even though it's like kind of brutally sad, it kind of makes me feel good. I don't know.
I get that. That's how Mrs. Doubtfire is for me.
I'm going to butcher his name, but Jaimon Hansu, or however you say it. He's like the main dude other than Leo. He's awesome. Let's see. How do I? Jimon Hansu? I don't know how to pronounce it, but he's French. Jimon.
This is a French podcast.
Jimon Hansu. Yeah, he's an incredible actor. It was just a really good movie about
diamonds and blood.
Yeah, and just like how fucking detrimental it can be to people living in Africa that are forced to work those mines, and what it can do to families and all this sort of stuff. It is kind of a feel good story in a
Twisted
small way.
way.
Yeah, there's a piece of it, but yeah, very good. I liked it a lot. I thought it was really good.
And I think that is one of the things was tricky for me is that I haven't seen a shit ton of Leo movies. Even though he's been in so many, he doesn't necessarily cater to my genre. Mm-hmm. And because one, I think might be in there. I don't know. I've never seen him in Romeo and Juliet. And so I think I would like it.
Yeah. And
I've never seen any of his younger stuff.
I don't think Blood Diamond's like,
hardcore.
one of the best movies of all time. I just really liked it a lot.
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out. Like I've never seen Django or the one where he fights with the bear and the Revenant.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I did see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but it did not make my list. But do you know what did make my list? And my fourth one, and I've decided, you know what, I'm gonna keep my fourth one, pretty fresh, pretty controversial.
Okay.
And my fourth is Gatsby.
Ooh.
I thought he did a wonderful job as Gatsby. And here is a little backstory that I will keep quick. When I was, were you assigned to read the book in school?
I was,
Gatsby?
yes.
I didn't read the book, and then I never read the book.
I read
just
some of
hated
it. I
stayed up with my friends because we had to do like a presentation of it, and I was just like, fuck this book. And then when this came out, I was like, oh, this looks amazing. And he looks so good in that movie. And that is not what all my decisions are based upon. It's just one of the movies I've seen of him. Mm-hmm. But I think he did a wonderful job. I really liked the movie, even though apparently Tobey Maguire was like an evil human. But yeah, I really like that movie. Another unfortunate ending for Leo as well.
Yeah.
But I wish I could give the specific time, but the scene of him in his closet throwing sweaters, you're welcome.
Yeah. It's I actually have not seen that one, so I can't really speak to it, but
and the soundtrack is insane. Beyonce sings Back to Black. Like it's a lot of like Jay-Z, and they just like really remixed it, which I know a lot of people were like, this doesn't go with the time. And I'm like, yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
That's a great soundtrack.
All right. So this is kind of tough. I'm I'm having trouble with my fourth one.
Do you want to say my honorable mentions real quick? Then?
No, no,
well,
no,
unless
no,
it's
no,
in
no.
yours.
Yeah, 'cause
okay. Well, like,
okay.
don't yell.
All right, so I think I'm going.
I think I know what it is, but also probably not.
I think I'm gonna.
Oh my!
I don't know. All right, I think I'm gonna go with. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and let me tell you. And let me tell you why. Because although
he supports Charles Manson. What's his name?
Does he? No, he.
No,
helps.
you do.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
No.
big fan.
No, not. I like fictional murder.
Side note:
not
I get
real
Charles
life.
Manson and Marilyn Manson confused.
Oh, I do like Marilyn Manson. He's fine.
He's scary.
He's creepy
Not to
looking,
judge a book
but
by its cover.
yeah, he's That's
I just
part
get
of
them
his
confused.
part of his shtick.
And I
Very
don't think he would
different.
like that.
Very different. Yeah, one is dead and a bad guy, and one is, I think, a good guy and makes music.
He is.
But yeah, I really, this was a tough pick. I liked it a lot. I'm still even second guessing it right now, but whatever. I liked it a lot. I thought Leo did a really good job in it.
He did.
I don't know. A lot of people don't like the Tarantino movies that like kind of aren't necessarily like action packed.
Yeah,
but I
it's
kind of
pretty
liked
slow.
I liked that about it. I don't know. It was just like weird as fuck, which is kind of like the classic Tarantino movie. You're like, what the fuck is even going on? The fact that he had a flamethrower,
Yeah.
Brad Pitt acting a fool, smoking the whatever fucking
Smoking
crazy
the
joint.
house down hot with his shirt off.
Uh,
I'm really objectifying men on this episode.
He threw a fucking can of dog food at a guy and
Yeah.
beat the shit out of like 5 different people. Used
Spoiler.
his badass dog. But yeah, that's my number 4. I'm
What was
second
it
guessing
between?
it. So I actually originally had Shutter Island there.
That's on my honorable mention as well. And I'll tell you why it didn't make it. It's because it scares me.
Oh, it's so good
It's
though.
so good. And I know it's different, but I think maybe because, I think they came out around the same time as Inception.
Mm-hmm.
But it is another one of those movies where at the end you're like, well, wait, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
So what is real? Is he crazy? Am I crazy?
Right.
And I think, and there's this one scene that stays in my brain forever, but I'm just picturing like this scary man that like peeks around a cave, and that just really freaked me out.
But
yeah, I went into like, I would watch Wolf of Wall Street more because it doesn't scare me, but Shutter Island is like a holy shit movie.
Yes. Very, very true. That was on there. I had The Aviator. I was going to say Django Unchained, but the only reason I didn't was because he was only in that for so long. I was like, it's not really, it's more
You
of
like that movie, but it wasn't a huge Leo movie.
Yeah, it's more of a Jamie Foxx,
But that
Christoph
is
Waltz.
the one where it's like his hand's bleeding and he's yelling.
Yeah.
Didn't win the Oscar.
He did an amazing job in it, but yeah, it just what I wouldn't have felt right picking that as like a Leo movie, you know.
Yeah.
Inception was on there. Gangs in New York, I liked a lot. Old school, Daniel Day-Lewis, him. I think Cameron Diaz.
Ooh.
The Revenant I had on there. Didn't pick it. The Aviator, very good.
You already said that.
Did I?
Old man.
Well, no, you know what's funny is in The Aviator, Howard Hughes goes crazy, and at the very end he says, "The way of the future, the way of the future, the way of the future," like that. So technically, by saying The Aviator twice, I was paying homage to The Aviator.
For sure.
Totally intentional. Definitely not losing my mind.
I've never seen that one either.
It's good, but very creepy. You'll probably like it and then be like, I also hate this.
I'm going to watch it at 1 p.m. on a Saturday
There you
because
go.
I am a little scared girl.
It's not scary. It's just kind of like, ugh,
Yeah, but I am
disturbing a
easily,
little.
and just like, I live by myself. I don't know. No one's going to come get me.
You have like a couple bodyguards, but.
Yeah, sure. And, but I do have a taser. Anyways, but it's like, I have to really be specific with what I watch at night. And Shutter Island, like, I need to watch that with some people.
Yeah, that's a fair one because that one is creepy.
But it really does make me want to rewatch that because I barely remember.
Yeah, and you're like, what is really the truth here?
Yeah.
Still up for
So
debate.
to close, in Inception, do you think he's still in the Inception world or do you think he's out of it? Not to make it about
I think
me.
he's out of it. I think he's out of it. I think I remember reading up a bunch of stuff afterwards, and
Do you think movies like that, it's like they didn't really decide where he's at? Like obviously they want to leave it like that, but do you think in their minds they're like, oh no, he's out, or if they end it truly like it's whatever people decide?
I think it depends. Sometimes I think they're like it's whatever people decide, but I think sometimes they're like I have a fucking I know
I'm curious as to what it is. By
the way, just quick side note, like so many of those movies that we put on our list and even in the honorable mention are Scorsese movies. Shutter Island, The Aviator, Wolf of Wall Street, The Departed, Gangs of New York,
cool.
Shark Tale.
Okay, you know what? That's a good movie. Working at the car wash. Will Smith. Right. Wow, we're gonna have to do a Will Smith one.
Yeah,
I think we all know which one's at the top of my list.
It's all like pre-2008.
Teaser. Pre-2008.
Because the rest of those movies have not been so good.
Wait, let me see what year.
But we'll touch on that next episode. So follow us
next episode.
Yeah, or not next episode, but in a future episode.
Exactly.
Follow us on Twitter, Instagram @FriendsNoBennies. Ask a question on our website, friendswithoutbenefits.site.
Yeah, we could do a little Q&A question.
It's not .com, okay? Get over it.
We have.
Yeah, it was .com was actually free, and we just wanted .site. All right, we're different. We're like, oh yeah, I'm
different.
We're actually not into like the .com, whatever.
That's Trevor's voice. That's not my voice.
Well, yeah, it's my internal.
This is my voice. Thank you for listening to this episode. Leonardo DiCaprio forever. If you like this episode, share with your friend. Leave a review. 5 stars. Or you can just say Ashley's accent is bad, or Ashley's accent is really good, and she should go to Hollywood.
5 stars. All right. Appreciate it, guys. Until next time.
Leo forever.
Later.